Hey, good morning everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. This is our next project. We are concreting just about this whole driveway and starting with this garage straight ahead. So I'll get busy spreading some stone and bringing the sub base up to grade while the guys chalk lines, set the drains. We also have to bury a conduit in here from the very front of the garage to the back. It won't take long, just have to use the machine, dig a little ditch and cover it with stone. The whole process goes pretty quick. We're going to put in a lot of rebar. This is all engineered filled back here. So we're going to put a rebar grid in here, about 2 foot by 2 foot squares, and we're pouring this floor about 4.5 inches thick. There's 2 floor drains in it, and we'll get the slope going to the drains. We usually put about 2 inches drop from the wall to the drain of a floor this size. You don't want it too steep, but you want the water to finally get to the drain. So we'll show you how we do that, and I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. So with the conduit in place, just repeated trips back and forth, bringing in buckets of limestone, covering over the pipe with the gravel, with the limestone, so we don't damage it with big rocks from the sub base and from the machine. So I like that encased in stone. While I'm in here, I'll scoop up a bucket of loose dirt and take that out with me. You can see how dry it is in there with all the dust. Just getting those big rocks out of there, evening everything up for the sub base. We want that to be nice and even, so I take that out with me, and then I just dump that out here. Plenty of room to lose it in this construction site. Then I'll just pick up another bucket of stone and repeat that whole process until the whole floor is up to grade where we want it. As I finish the grading process, Tommy starts at the other end of the floor with the tamper, back and forth, side to side, up and down, wherever he can keep the process moving forward. He'll go ahead and tamp the sections that are completed, and then the guys will follow it up with the vapor barrier, spreading the plastic. We try and put like a 2 or a 3 foot overlap with the plastic seams, so that if anything moves during the pour, you don't leave gaps in the plastic. Just working your way across the floor. Okay, rebar are all in place and tied. We went with a 2 foot grid. 4.5 inches thick. And we're going to go ahead and machine trowel this just to give them a harder surface. Some not really construction equipment in here, but the owner has some equipment that he wants to pull in here and work on and stuff. So we'll give him a machine finish on the floor and really smooth it up and make that a nice durable surface for him. So it came together pretty good. We have two nice big garage doors here and here that we're going to pull the truck each side. Should be very little wheelbarrowing, if any. I think we can shoot everything right out of the truck right in place. So we're going to go ahead and do this tomorrow morning. This is home for a while. We have to do a big driveway coming out here around to this really big turnaround. Everything is really big. You're going to hear me say really big quite a lot. Big parking area over here. There's some decorative borders in all this. On down to that big oak tree is where we're going. And then up there where we first came in, we have to do a big entranceway, again with some decorative borders on it. Big sidewalk going around the front. So we'll get all that on footage for you. Hope you enjoy it. See ya. Hey, good morning everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. We're here on site. This morning we're going to be pouring this floor. We got it all ready yesterday. Rebar's in place. We did a real nice layout here. A little bit of fill going on, so they gave us an engineered drawing on this. 2-foot centers both ways. So we just take upside down paint and do dots every 2 feet. And then this way we do lines every 2 feet. That way it doesn't get confusing. You just see dots and lines everywhere. You know which way they're supposed to go. So rebar's in, up on our chairs. We're going to try and shoot all this, so no wheelbarrowing. So we're able to put it up on chairs. A 2-foot grid's kind of hard to pick up in the concrete. Pretty heavy. So we like to use the chairs when we're this tight. If we had to wheelbarrow it or power buggy it, of course we couldn't use the chairs. So in this case, this is how we prefer to do it. Gets them up nice and even throughout the concrete. And I think I hear the mixer pulling in right now. Always watch up here as we're pulling them up. Get them in as tight as we can. That's pretty tight. So our goal is to get to these steel pins, which that'll be very easily accomplished. Probably a 2-foot drag, so should be a pretty easy day for us. I'll get a little bit of this and I'll have to join in. We have our nails right here in our grate pin. We prefer this over the laser checking it. These are set. The guys know where to rake to. The mixer driver knows where to pour to. Not that he can see them, but we can tell him. truck is empty. That little pile right there is all we had left. That's cutting a little too close, but we made it. So that's 24.5 yards. Not a bad morning. This has what we call low air in it. We have regular air and then low air and no air. We put low air in this. We're going to machine trowel it, and there may not be heat in here this first winter, so we wanted a little bit of air for protection on that. That's why we did that. The air gives it room for expansion and contraction within the concrete, gives it some strength to go from freeze to thaw. Just a quick explanation on that. So Steve's finishing up bull floating. How's it feel, Steve? I like your cranberry supply hat. Thanks, Johnny. Okay, we'll get set up to start finishing it. Stay tuned. So we're going to hit this with a power trowel in a little bit. It's still a little bit soft. You can see all the bleed water coming up. So once that evaporates off a little bit, we'll get on here with the machine. In the meantime, Jim and another guy are going to start doing about a 3-foot pass around all the walls, getting those cleaned up and smoothed out. We'll take care of the door openings, and then we'll go ahead and hit it with the machine, as well as hit around the floor drains by hand as well. So Tommy's power troweling out here in the sun. You can see how tight it is. He's barely leaving any footprints in the concrete. Blades are nice and flat, turning pretty slow. Just getting everything flattened out, creamed up. And then each time we hit it, we turn the blades up a little steeper and a little bit faster. So you can see how it really makes a lot of slop if you get on there too wet. So this is number 2 truck. That's why he's stopping. That's looking nice. Doing good, Jim? You all right?
Yeah, pretty sick.
Okay. The sills are all broomed. We chalk a line or snap a string line from door buck to door buck, and then we just broom to that point. Everything else gets troweled smooth up to that. Alright, there we are, wrapping it up. Guys did a nice job on it. One more pass over in this corner. If you remember, that's where we had that second truck, right in this corner, and then a little bit over there. And I think it turned out really nice. Tomorrow we'll come in and do our saw cuts. Okay. But that's all done. Thanks for tuning in to Conquer with the Hosses. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here for today. And just a little bit of prep work. Kind of boring stuff though. Thanks.